Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It feels like it has been forever since I've spoken to you guys and that I have sat down and done a makeup tutorial with you. Maybe it hasn't felt that long to you, but it's felt really long to me. Today I want to show you guys my updated makeup routine. I have definitely changed a lot of things since the first video that I posted on my channel. I will put a little link, whatever you call it, it'll be up there. But this is one that I'm going to show you guys. It's perfect for going to a party, going for lunch with your friends, going for breakfast, going shopping, doing what y'all do. And once again, don't forget to subscribe. I know you want to. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so that you can get a notification of when I post all my videos. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So today I thought I would show you guys my updated makeup routine. I do have a similar one on my IGTV that you guys are more than welcome to go and watch and see how I do it there, but this will be a little bit more in depth. So a product that I don't think I've used on my channel yet, and it has become a favorite, a recent favorite, and it is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Poreless Putty Primer. This stuff is so good. It is used to hydrate your skin and act as a primer, obviously, but this stuff, I can't tell you how good my makeup looks once I've put this on and I've done my whole base. It just looks, and I usually just take 2 fingers and just swirl it in there and then I'll just put it on my face and rub it all in. You don't need to use like a huge amount of this stuff. Like I feel like you can put like what's a normal amount? Like to me whatever I just put on, that's normal. But obviously everybody is different and everybody does their makeup differently. Another thing, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I got my face threaded. But the crazy thing is I went to a barber shop to get this done. I know. So I got threading done down my sides over here and on my top lip and on the sides of my mouth here. Honestly, I had blonde hair. It didn't bother me that much, but sometimes when I put on certain foundation, and especially when my foundations were becoming a little bit darker because of my fake tan. It is spring now, so you know we got to be a little bit more tanned. We're gonna be in shorts, little short sleeves, so it's okay. But anyways, so especially when my foundation started to get a bit darker because of my fake tan, it was actually turning the blonde hairs orange. Like it looked really bad and I wasn't there for it, to be honest with you. Okay, so the next product that I'm going to go in with is the Switch Beauty Superhero Spray. This stuff is so nice. It's so nice if you want to just give your skin a little bit more of hydration. I'm now going to go in with the NYX Professional Makeup Born to Glow foundation. This is in the shade Buff. So I would say this foundation is a sheer to medium coverage foundation. I would not call this a full coverage foundation. It is hydrating. The reason why I've been using this one so much, and I actually feel like it's starting to get a little bit empty. The reason why I've been using it so much is because it's the only color foundation that I have that matches my tan. So all I do is I just put some on my finger and then I'm just gonna blend all of that in. And I honestly, like, I think everybody, if you are someone who loves medium coverage foundations and you don't want to pay like a huge amount for, like, you know, the Giorgio Armani foundations or like Estee Lauder foundations, because those can also become quite expensive, You know, this is such a nice foundation, and even though NYX has closed down, and well, their standalone stores have, you can always go on to Clix's website, and they still stock a whole lot of NYX products, which is really, really nice, because I was very sad to hear that NYX was closing down. And then I always just blend down my neck and a little bit of my ears. I mean, the tan looks good. Like, sometimes, I don't know, in certain lights, it doesn't always look that great, which is a bit weird, but I do really love the brand that I use. I use Caribbean Tan. You can get them at Dischem or on cosmeticssa.co.za. Okay, and the next product that I'm going to go in with, I'm using this specific one because I don't have a darker concealer. So I'm going to be going in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer, and this is in the shade C5. And I'm just going to put it on my inner corner there, on the sides of my eyes. I must say though, I'm so excited for spring and summer. I got very over the winter here towards about like the end of June. I know, we still had so long to go, but I really started to get over it. Especially because we were in lockdown. Like, if we were in lockdown in summer, at least we could have like sat outside. We could have gone for nice walks in the afternoons or in the mornings. Like, I don't know, like to me, lockdown in winter just wasn't that nice because it was so cold. Oh, it was just so cold. And now I'm going to set some of the areas on my face. So I'm going to be using... it's all rubbed off, but it's the Rimmel Stay Matte pressed powder. So it looks like this, and I'm using shade 005 Silky Beige. But I'm literally just putting this under my eyes just to set all of that concealer, and so that I don't look too shiny. Okay, now the next part of my video, so this is something that I have really changed in the way I do my makeup, and I have gotten quite a few compliments on it, so maybe I am doing something right. But so I'm going to show you guys how I do my bronzer. So this is the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and it looks like this. As you can see, it has been loved and used. I usually take this big massive fan brush. This is one from Morphe. MAC sells them. I'm sure other places as well sells them. I got mine on Muse Beauty, so I'm just gonna dip in there. So how I do it is I actually do my bronzer so that it literally like pulls everything. It needs to tighten everything. I want that fake Botox happening. So how I do it is instead of doing it in that hollow section of my face, I do it a little bit further up. I mean, you can already see. I mean, look at that. Like, it's all pulled up. And then this is a bit like... it's a bit droopy. And then I also do it all on my forehead. And I just make sure that my contour connects upwards. I'm honestly going so lightly on my face though. And I'm just blending all of that in. And also just bear in mind, when I am using this brush, I'm actually not holding it like this. I'm actually angling it downwards. And that's how I'm literally blending all this bronzer in. And I honestly feel like that technique has really helped me to make sure that when I am blending in my bronzer, that nothing falls downwards and it actually ends up having the opposite effect that you want, that it still stays up on that cheekbone. And then what I'm also going to do, this is something that hasn't really changed though, is I'm just going to put a little bit of bronzer on my schnoz. Moving on to blush. So I'm going to be using the blush shade from this Urban Decay Stay Naked Threesome palette, and this is the Rise. Called Rise. This is more for like the fair skin. So I'm going to be using this very pretty blush shade on my cheeks. And something that I changed about doing my blush is also the angle that I do it at. So I don't do it that way. I go upwards following that contour. How I do it is I literally swipe upwards. And then what I do is I just take that big fan brush again that we used for the bronzer, and I literally just blend the blush and the contour together, just so that it all looks blended and nothing looks like it's just like sitting on top of each other. Moving on to highlighter, so I'm going to be using the Fenty Kilowatt highlighter. This is the one that has the duo. So this one is Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. It looks like this, but I'm literally going to be dipping into both because why not? So I haven't changed anything about the way that I put on my highlighter. I just obviously like do it the same way. And then what I'm going to do, I really have been enjoying doing this because I feel like it melts everything into the skin. So I'm going to be using the MAC Fix+ spray. Didn't spray too much. And moving on to eyebrows, so I have sort of changed the way I do my brows, but not really. I still enjoy doing a very natural looking brow. I used to draw them quite far down, but I since changed that, and I actually feel like by changing it, it just lifted everything a bit more. All I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to draw until the hair ends. So I'm going to be doing my brows off camera and I will be right back. And this is what my brows look like at the moment. I honestly really like the way they look. I know it looks like a lot. They look a bit dark, but don't worry. Once everything's on, it will all come together. So next we are going to be moving on to eyeshadow, and this palette has literally become a favorite of mine. I didn't think I would use it that much, but I honestly have been loving it. So the palette is the Kylie Cosmetics X Kendall Jenner palette, the collaboration that the two sisters did together. This palette, wow, like all those colors are so stunning. So I bought this palette on Muse Beauty. I know Boutique also sells it, so you can definitely go check out those websites and see if you can get it in stock if you really want to get it. But this has become a favorite of mine, and I have honestly been using it every single time I do my makeup since I got it. I've been using it all the time. So the first shades that I'm going to be dipping into is I'm going to be using two. So I'm going to be using Cup of Tea and Loyal. So it is this shade over here and this shade. So I'm going to be dipping into those two, and those are going to be my transition shades. And also something that has changed about the way I do my eyeshadow is now what I do is I actually bring the eyeshadow out. So just a little bit, just blend it out a little bit, and that honestly also just gives the lift, guys. I'm all about the lift. And I'm just using small circular motions to blend all of this out, and I am putting a little bit of that on the lid since this will be a more matte eyeshadow look instead of having lots of shimmers. See how I like blended that out? And next, I showed you guys this technique or this tip in my last makeup tutorial video where I did a full face of products that you can get at Just Game and Clicks. So this is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Dark Brown. And I've been doing this quite often. So what I do is I take the pencil and I run it under my eye. So like over here by the lash line. I know it looks so messy and it looks so hectic, but don't worry. That's why we blend these things out. So now I'm going to be taking the shade Brunettes Do It Best, and that is this dark shade in the corner here. And I'm just taking a small little fluffy brush, And I'm literally going to blend all of that together. And then what I'm going to do is, as I'm blending it up, I'm actually going to just blend it a bit at the top here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fluffy brush that we used for the transition shade, and I'm literally just going to blend that brown, that darker brown, and the transition shades together so that they're all a little bit blended and it doesn't look messy. And then I'm going to be using the shade November 3rd, and I'm going to be taking a little flat brush and I'm going to be putting that on the inner corner of my eye. And that is literally going to brighten up the eye. It's going to make it look bigger. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Brunettes Do It Best, and I'm going to be taking this thin angled brush and I'm going to be making a little wing. And something that I've been doing recently is a half wing with a half lash. Love it. I really like the way these wings are turning out. Let's hope I can do this one on this eye. If you mess up on your liner, don't worry about it. Just take, especially if you did a liner with eyeshadow, just take a little earbud and then just fix it where you need to. That is like one of the beauties about makeup, is like, if you mess up, it's okay. Those are my wings. They look super cute. Moving on to mascara. So a new mascara that I have been trying for the past few weeks, and I'm still sort of getting to know it, but I do really like it. And that is the Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume Mascara. So let me show you what the wand looks like. So the wand is like curled. And I honestly think this has been a really nice mascara to use, and there hasn't been anything new about how I do my mascara. I've just been doing it the exact same, obviously just using other ones and testing different ones out, but this is the most recent one that I've been testing and that I've been like enjoying so far. So that is what the mascara looks like. I think it looks really pretty. I'm going to be putting on these Eyelure Natural lashes. These honestly always look so pretty, especially if you don't want to do like a hectic lash and you just want to make your eyelashes look a little bit more full. It looks so pretty. It honestly just like added that little bit of extraness to your look. Okay guys, so my lashes are on. I think they look so pretty. So the next thing, the second to last thing, is lipstick. I don't know what I'm doing for lipstick. I think I'm going to go in with Spice. And then I'm going to be using the NYX Slip Tense Lip Liqueur. This is in the shade First Date. I really need to sharpen this, but what I'm going to do is I'm just lining the bottom of my lips, and then I'm going to line the top as well. I am going to be overdrawing a tiny bit. So what I do is I follow the general shape of my lips on the sides here, and then when I get to the top I just overdraw, and then I just fill it in as well, just a little bit. I don't fill in the whole lip. And then I'm going to go in with the lip gloss from NYX. And lastly, I'm going to be using 2 sprays to set my face. I'm going to be using the MAC Fix+ spray, and then I'm also going to be using this Morphe Luminous setting spray. that is it for today's makeup tutorial. I hope you got some cool little tips and tricks out of it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hair tied back. Nice. Oh my gosh. Oh, there may be sweat. We're using the blush. Lifted.